Amazing night. Now we've had over 18,000 web sightings now in the last 2 days, and last night was great for interactive in terms of historical content. We were getting consistent messages of the names Isabella and Mary, who are of course the wife and maid who were brutally murdered by Dr. Ruxton.
And that was coming in, we ought to say, before anybody knew what was going on, which is what's amazing about it, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's what we want tonight, more specifics. And really intriguingly, last night we had a message of a hand that was discovered while the team were in the courtroom with no fingertips. And one of the ways in which the bodies of Isabella and Mary were discovered were by their fingertips, which was a new method of identifying bodies back then in the 30s. So that is a very spooky, quite sinister
And we
message.
like that kind of interaction,
Yes,
don't we?
We do. We want more specifics tonight relating to our team's investigation. So names, sounds, intuition, anything like that. If people can text and email, we love that.
And once again, as we're saying, 8 nights, 8 faces of evil, 8 webcams.
Yes, more cameras than ever before. People, of course, can go to the website mosthauntedlive.net and have a look there. And the team, headed by producer Stu, are all ready for those specifics. So we really want them tonight. But it was great last night.
And we ought to also explain that we switched the cameras over halfway through the night, because there are 4 to start with and the 4 later, yeah?
Yes, exactly. So once you've been looking at the first 4, then get back and look at the second 4.
And the other thing we like is messages from home as well. We like to know if things are happening whilst the show is on to people at home.
Yes, definitely. And also we had messages specifically last night about the doctor, saying that there were actually people still alive that were treated by the doctor. And reports came through saying that he was quite a nice man despite murdering his wife and maid. And apparently he was a nice man, and he used to sometimes treat patients for free if they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So these pieces of history are amazing.
Yeah. I think the other thing is what people have learnt about the Winter Gardens, their visits here and things that have happened to them on previous tours, or maybe just sitting in the audience sort of.
Of course, because that's where we are here, and apparently this is the haunted area, isn't it? So
apparently.
great for us. But yeah, we love that. People who visited the Winter Gardens, we want messages, so of course text and email, and hopefully we'll get those through to you tonight.
Right, well that's good. Debbie, thank you very much indeed for that. Debbie from Interactive, and more from the team as the show goes on tonight, so keep those coming, and we'll come back to that a little bit later. Now, as you may have known this week, we've had a lot more involvement from the audience in the show here, and last night paranormal investigator Phil Wyman bravely led 2 audience members out onto their own investigation at midnight with Carl and Stuart. How did they get on? Have a look.
Okay guys, you all ready, yeah? Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, let me know if anything happens. Any person connected to this building, any male down here with us, please let us know. There are 3 people, 1 in each cell. Can you make a noise for us? Anybody hear that? Did anybody else hear that out there in the cells? No, I didn't hear it.
I thought I saw somebody at the corner of my eye before, but I just thought it was just white.
Whereabouts?
Over there. Over to the back.
Yeah.
What is that?
We've got to have caught that. We have to have caught that on camera, surely.
What was it, Carl? Sounded like a whine.
Did you hear it?
I heard a whine coming from...
That's Joe.
Down that way.
Joe. Coming from the other end, yeah?
Yeah, down that way.
I thought I heard something and I just thought it must be something outside.
It just feels to me like it's coming from the other side.
I feel like there's somebody sitting next to me.
First time sitting next to you.
I really do feel like something's sitting next to me here.
Somebody sitting next to you?
Yes.
What, in the corner of your cell?
No, just like standing right here.
What, with the door?
Yeah. It was just like dirt, and it was like either looking that way or something.
I just keep seeing something here right by me.
What do you actually see?
It's like a very dark shape. Definitely something in that cell with me then. It was a bit weird. I could see something sitting next to me, and then it sort of went over to the back of the cell into the corner. And then when it came back, just before we ended, it was like something just went straight like in front of my face, and I was like, what the?
It's just weird.
It's a bit
strange.
So, joining me on stage now, it's welcome back to Carl Beattie. Phil Wyman is here, and of course our investigator of last night. It's hello to Amanda. Amanda, hello.
Hi.
You're good, you are, by the way.
Thank you.
Mr. Baird, very good. Did you enjoy it?
I loved every minute of it. It was really, really good.
And you went with other members of your family, so we
Yes.
ought to explain that. Tell us who went with you.
My son Joseph came with me, and also my husband Andy.
Yeah. And they had experiences too, didn't they?
They did, we all did.
Right, we'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. I mean, Carl, this is a new departure for this live, this midnight investigation. It's going really well, isn't it?
It's going really well, and you know, under the guidance of Phil Wyman, it's going brilliantly. And what I was really surprised with last night, and also the other 2 nights, is the enthusiasm that people have coming out. You come in here to watch the show here, and then all of a sudden you're thrust into this. You're going to do a paranormal investigation, but it's the enthusiasm, and all 3 of you last night. I mean, Phil backed me up on this. That they were desperate to do anything. It was just let's go in here, let's go in here, and it was brilliant. Really,
and Phil,
really.
I mean, the thing I've noticed is how obviously scared, but also relaxed in the role the audience members are.
That's right, it's fantastic, and then, like Cole said, they're willing to get into every aspect of the investigation, and really exciting. With Amanda got a load of interesting results from the investigation itself.
And do you think it makes it interesting because it's different people every night, so you can get some, as a sort of scientist as well, get some kind of measure on that?
Exactly, because not everybody's got the same kind of belief system, so it's interesting to get those results across the board.
And have you obviously saw a clip there, are they asking you, like, Amanda, did you ask Phil for what does that mean, and as the investigation was going on?
Do you know what? No. It was just one of them things, it was like, ooh.
I think you were too excited, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, one of the things that was actually surprising for me is when we had the shot of you in the cell, and you were convinced something was next door to you, something was sitting, and your description of that was quite horrific, because it's like, I wouldn't have sat there. If I thought something was sitting next to me, I'm pretty sure I'd have got up and moved.
If
but
you hadn't have said, I've got to go, I was going to leg it.
Yeah.
Amanda, also, not only you experienced things, but the other members of the family. Take me through this. Your son Joe, something happened to him, didn't it?
Yeah, he witnessed, he said he saw something, he could hear things in the cell with him. He was in the cell where we were all together at the beginning, and he saw something near the doorway. And,
Thought saw a shadow, didn't you, or something stood by the doorway.
And is this the first time you've ever done anything like this?
Yes.
So, I mean, did you think when you came to the show that you might land up on a vigil, or did you go, they won't pick me?
I hoped I was getting picked.
That's interesting. I mean, Phil, we're going to do another one later tonight as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And, of course, not only different audience members, different location.
Different location, different spirits, hopefully different activity.
Yeah. Carl, the thing about the audience has grown, I've noticed, in the last, 18 months or so, and it's taken off. We've got a séance coming on later, and this is a key part now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's one of the beliefs in the paranormal is that you get more activity with the more people that's there. You get their energies and all of that. And I think that it really does help, and you feel it. When we started on Saturday, you could feel that energy from the audience. And when you're doing stuff and people in the audience are saying, I'm feeling this and I'm seeing this and something's happened to me, which coincides with what's happened to you around a table, or something that's actually been seen previously in this location. It's fantastic, and I know Phil and I have been talking a lot about it, and it's the people, and we want to get them more and more involved, and you know, who knows, on the next one we may be able to get more people involved.
So Amanda, the key question now is, would you do it again?
Yes,
right.
Definitely, in a heartbeat.
That was a quick and positive answer there.
Definitely.
Very good. Phil, the thing about audience members obviously is they're new to this. Yeah. Do you think that also brings something to it because they've not been through the process at all? It's almost like being thrown in at the deep end.
It does, because they don't really know on a proper investigation scenario what to expect. So I think any kind of result that we get is really fascinating, because they're kind of new to the situation, as you say.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, we shall see what happens tonight. Amanda, thank you so much, and we thank your husband and son as well. Yes, well, there you are. Carl Beattie, Phil Wyman, and Amanda. Well, another way the audience are getting involved here in Morecambe in the Winter Gardens is they are monitoring cameras, special cameras set up for this Most Haunted Live, and Paul is down in the audience with some eagle-eyed viewers and audience members right now. Paul.